Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another interesting beer review and a beer from Kloster Brauerei. I'm really into Kloster Brauereis for the reason that I think that they have a really interesting history starting up in a monastery and after that growing bigger. And this is the Benediktiner monastery in Ettal and their Helles beer, which looks like this. And as you can see, they have a monk on the label, of course. Seems like a very decent brewery. And I'll show you the back label too. Always nice also with this little bit of not that very high bottle, but still it's 0.5 liter, of course. I've had their Weissbier before, which looks like this. The Benediktiner Weissbier Naturtrüb. Real nice one also. This is their Helles. So Helles is a normal pale lager. Not that much hops bitterness as a Pils, but it's a normal Helles, Munich Helles. So it's from Bavaria, this brewery. Nowadays they are owned by the Bitburger group, if I remember correctly. And that's why they have been growing so much that it's possible to buy their beers, basically. At least easier than before when they only were a monastery brewery. But I'm gonna start with talking a little bit about the history of the monastery and the brewery. The Ettaler Klosterbrauerei is a part of the Ettaler Klosterbetriebe GmbH, the commercial area of the Ettal Abbey in Upper Bavaria. From the 15th to the 16th century, Ettal Abbey had a brewery in nearby Oberbayern. In 1609, Leonard Hilpolt, who was the abbot from 1590 to 1615, had the Ettal brewery in Oberbayern moved to Ettal. A new brewery building was built within the monastery complex. Invoices from this period also show that in addition to beer, the Ettal monastery liquor was made by the monks of the abbey as early as 1609. A license of Prince Maximilian Pfalzgraf by Rhein, Herzog in Ober- and Niederbayern, dated April 11, 1618, which officially grants the monastery permission to brew and sell beer. Under Benedikt II Eckart, abbot from 1668 to 1675, a new brewery building was built because of the capacity of the old one was no longer sufficient. This too was soon too small, and in 1708 a new building started under Romuald, who was the abbot from 1675 to 1697. In this course of the secularization of 1803, the brewery was initially continued as state expense. On December 26, 1809, the business was sold to the General Postal Directorate Joseph von Elbling. In 1856, the monastery estate was sold to the von Pappenheim family, who carried out major conversions in the brewery. On November 5, 1898, Imperial Councillor Baron Theodor von Kramerklet purchased the complex, which he then sold to Scheyern Abbey, thereby enabling Ettal to be re-established as a monastery. After the monastery was refounded on August 6, 1900, the brewery became property of the monastery again under Abbot Willibald Wolfsteiner and was modernized both technically and structurally. From the 1990s, the monastery began to sell its beers on larger scale beyond the region. In 2011, the brewery's wheat beer division was separated out into a separate company under the name of Benediktiner Weissbier, with the participation of the Bitburger Braugruppe, and the amount of beer produced increased from 2,000 to 20,000 hectoliters of wheat beer by adding free capacities from the Lischer brewery. Regarding the Ettal monastery corporation, this is some more information about that. The Ettal monastery companies. In addition to the brewery, the monastery also maintains the areas of monastery hotel, liquor factory, herbarium, monastery shops, gardening, agriculture, energy production, and museums in Ettal under the company Ettaler Klosterbetriebe GmbH. In addition, the monastery companies are involved in the Laber-Bergbahn Oberammergau with 41%. In 2000s, this combination became increasingly financially difficult. In 2013, the monastery companies posted a loss of 433,000 euros with sales of around 3.78 million euros. So that's quite interesting history about this monastery brewery, or Klosterbrauerei as it is called in German. I'm gonna show you the great look of the label here once again. The Benediktiner Helles Lagerbier, which Helles means of course pale in German, so it's a pale lager beer, Munich style, which is a little bit more mild in taste when it comes to the hops taste, comparing to the more big hops bitterness in the pills. Helles Lagerbier nach benediktinischer Originalrezeptur, gebraut in Lisch für die Benediktiner Weissbräu GmbH Ettal. Dem Himmel so nach Lagerbier. Bier, gebraut in Lisch für Benediktiner Weissbräu GmbH Ettal, Germany. Here's a link to the brewer's website also, Benediktiner Weissbier, which I will link to in the description box below as always. See it right there maybe. Zutaten: Wasser, Gerstenmalz, Hopfen, and 5.0 ABV, which is very normal for a Helles. Yeah, I think that's all information. So feel free to read more about the history of this monastery and the brewery, the Benediktiner Weissbräu in Ettal. Seems like a really nice monastery with their the things that they are doing, and this brewery as well gives a really nice impression to me. So I'm really excited about trying this one, the Benediktiner Hell from this monastery. And yeah, let's open it up. I also want to say that it's maybe quite good that Bitburger bought the brewery, so it's more easy to get hold of these beers. Also, I think that they improved a little bit of the artwork and so on. Bitburger has of course very much money, so they could help this brewery to be quite big and easy to reach. There's also always two sides of it, but that's the positive side of it. So let's open this Helles up, the Benediktiner Hell, and pour it up. See the nice smoke there. There we have it. The Benediktiner Hell from Benediktiner Weissbräu. And looks really nice. In my opinion, very pale, pale yellow color of it, nice white, and just perfect, just the way a Helles should be from Bavaria. And let's get the aroma. Real nice and fresh. You see all the small bubbles, I hope. Really good looking, in my opinion. I should also mention that it comes from Upper Bavaria, which is called Oberbayern. The strange thing to me is that Oberbayern is south of Niederbayern, so the logical thing in my world would have been that it was the other way around, but Niederbayern is in the north and Oberbayern is in the south. I don't know why that is, but that's at least the case, so might be interesting for you to know geographically that you get it the right way, that this brewery is from Oberbayern is from the very south of Bavaria, not from the north in Bavaria. Really fresh. All the high quality ingredients is there. As I always mention when I review my beers, because I choose good beers basically, so might be bored to hear that all the time, but it's really fresh and really easy to get the aroma of this very high quality of the ingredients. Let's taste it. Important to taste it before the head disappears. It's fantastic, really great. It has a really nice Helles flavor. Easy to feel that it's a high quality German Helles, Bavarian Helles style, and really good one. Great Helles, absolutely fantastic. The balance is so nice between the three ingredients: hops, malt, water. Hops taste is coming quite fast, but it's not as strong as in pills, of course, and that's why it is Helles. Basically, that's the whole meaning with the Helles, not being as much hops taste as the pills. Show you the label here once again. The Benediktiner Hell, and the monk is here too, of course, enjoying his beer, of course. This is a great beer. I can only recommend it to you, and I always enjoy, especially the beers from Kloster Brauereis. It's really something special to me. Knowing and feeling about the history of the monastery, how it all started. I mean, we have the oldest breweries in the world, the Wein Stefano from 1040 and the Weltenburg of 1050. So it's always a nice feeling and a nice history of this Kloster breweries, where they started to find hops in the gardens nearby and served like liquid bread to the patients, which it was said that it had a good carrying effect. and after that the dukes was giving the monastery the right to serve this drink to people, to finance the monastery, and yeah, it's really interesting history about this monastery breweries. Yeah, fantastic Hellas. This one is something that you should try, and it's the same with their Weissbier. It's two really great beers, as you can see. They look quite much the same, the Hellas and the Weissbier. So those are great beers from this brewery. Yeah, if we're gonna go for a Hellas, try this one, because it's so good. Flavor, everything in it. The feeling also of that it's a monastery brewery really adds to the whole experience, at least for me, as I said. Feels really traditional. As I always say, I'm longing back to Bavaria when I drink a Bavarian beer. It's so beautiful and really great. Best beers and best nature, everything like that. Just amazing. Yep, that's it for now. That's the Benediktiner Hell from Benediktiner Weissbräu in Ettal in Oberbayern, which is the very south of Bavaria. Really nice monastery and really nice brewery, now owned by the Bitburger group, which is maybe good because the beers is then possible to reach more people. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you continue to follow my channel for more interesting beer reviews. I really enjoy to do these reviews, having the feeling that the beer is actually coming from these real small breweries in Bavaria and Germany, and that it's possible to enjoy them is so nice. Really something great for me who are interested in those beers. So I'm always excited about a new beer review, and I hope you're that too. So see you again in the next video.